What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be doing my biannual GFUEL ranking. I'm going to be ranking every single GFUEL flavour that I have tried up until this point. I've been drinking GFUEL for just over 2.5 years now, and when I was adding all this up, when I was figuring out where I wanted to rank everything, I counted it up. I have tried 60 GFUEL flavours at this point. 2.5 years, 60 flavours. This is getting crazy. And in my last couple of videos, the way I ranked them was I would use the tier maker and I would have it kind of sitting here on the screen. The amount of flavours that are in this now, they're far too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go, I've got the website ready, I'm going to go onto the website, I'm going to have the camera in the top right, and to save this being what would probably end up being about a 50-minute video, I'm going to kind of move through the lower tiers pretty quickly. There's a lot of flavours that I haven't tried that I've got on the list because in the last couple of videos I've made, there's always comments saying, you missed this flavour. If I haven't tried it, I haven't tried it. It's in the haven't tried section, you'll see it in a minute. And I'm going to quickly kind of go through the really bad flavours, and the bad flavours, I don't want to spend too long being negative about the flavours just because I don't like them a lot. Some people might like them. So we're going to do it that way, and if this is the first video of mine that you've ever watched, this is probably going to give you quite a good idea on which GFUEL flavours to buy if you're new to GFUEL. I've got a video coming up in the next couple of weeks on flavours that you should probably buy first if you're brand new. This video was going to be ranking all the flavours that GFUEL released in the last year, but I realised that they released that many flavours, I think it's the most I've ever released in a year, that the video would be far too long, and it's essentially just this video anyway, so I've kind of condensed them down into the one video. And the good thing about this is because the tier maker is going to be on the screen, if you kind of want to skip through it, you know, to the point where I start talking about the good flavours, feel free. You can kind of just use the scroll bar along the bottom. Just very quickly before we get into the actual tier list, I'm putting this video up probably going to be a couple of days after New Year's Eve, and I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who's supported me over the last year. The growth last year in the channel was crazy. I wasn't expecting it. If you have watched, commented, liked any of my videos, thank you so much, and I'm hoping that we can make 2022 a really good year for the channel. I'm going to be making as many videos as I can. I'm going to be doing as many reviews as I can get my hands on flavors. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you at the beginning of this video. So yeah, thank you very much. All right, let's get into it. So as you can see, we're going to be doing it this way. I have all the flavors that I haven't tried in the bottom down here. These are flavors which are either really old and got vaulted before I started drinking GFUEL. They vaulted them before I got the chance to drink them. They've been out for a couple of years and I just don't want to try them because I don't like the sound of them. Kind of like Moon Pie is in there. I don't want to try Moon Pie. And there's a couple of flavors towards the top here where like Team C's, that one's not out yet. I can't remember what that one's called actually. The C's flavor, these ones are all quite new. I haven't tried them yet. I really want to get my hands on Radioactive Lemonade. So these ones aren't going to be in the ranking. I hope to get the videos up pretty soon, but for now they're going to stay in this tier. The rest of the tiers that I've got, we've got really bad, we've got bad, good. This is probably going to make up the bulk, these kind of two tiers here. We've got really good, which are going to be my top 20, and then we've got God tier, which are top 10. These ones are obviously going to be in order, so we're going to have 11 to 20, and then we're going to have 1 to 10. These ones aren't in any particular order. The last couple of ranking videos that I've made, these ones have been in a particular order, you know, maybe 30th to 40th, but I think there's that many flavors that I've tried. I can't do it that way. I'm just going to throw them all in, and they're going to be at these three separate tiers. Once we get into it, it'll kind of make sense. I'll do the first one or two tiers quite quickly. The first flavor that we're going to get started with, the absolute worst flavor that GFUEL have right now, is Sonic Chili Dogs. If you've tried it, you know exactly why that is the worst flavor that they've came out with. It's absolutely disgusting, and that is going to be the worst review I've ever given a GFUEL flavor. It's obvious it's not a nice flavor. If you've tried it and you like it, I don't know, man, there's something wrong with you. This is the worst flavor that they've come out with. After Sonic Chili Dogs, the flavors which aren't disgusting, but they're just, I really don't like them. We've got mystery flavor, I'm going to put there, peach cobbler, and then where's the other one? Tropical rain. I really don't like these flavors. Tropical rain's quite a controversial one. There's a lot of people that really like that flavor. Everyone that I speak to either loves it or hates it. There's like nowhere in the middle. It doesn't really sit around here. Peach cobbler, it's one of those, you know, dessert flavors that I just don't like. Mystery flavor is like lychee, and I really don't like that flavor either. After that, we've got cotton candy. I'm gonna put black on blackberry in here, and where's the other one? It's quite a recent flavor, brain matter. I really do not like brain matter. Black on blackberry, I feel like I always want to put in the bad category. Maybe I'll move it up in the next one, but cotton candy and brain matter, I really don't like these flavors. They're really light, they're really basic. They don't really taste of a whole lot. I actually got the Brain Matter tub in the sale and then sold it straight after review because I didn't like it. And then the last two that we're going to have in here is Strawberry Banana and where's the other one? Candy Corn. This one's quite a new one. So Strawberry Banana, never really been a big fan of the strawberry flavors. We've got Miami Nights, which I believe has strawberry in it. There's also Strawberry Slushy, which I've not tried either of them. I'm kind of worried to try them because I don't like the taste of strawberry, so I'm guessing I might not like those flavors. So Strawberry Banana, not a huge fan of. Candy Corn is a flavor which came out for Halloween, and I managed to get a sample of it to try it, and it's just, I really don't like it. It's a kind of vanilla based flavor, kind of caramelly, kind of sweet. It isn't really, in my opinion, a foundation G Fuel flavor, if that makes sense. To me, all the G Fuel flavors are really nice when they're fruity or quite sweet, whereas with this one, I don't know, I don't like it. These are in my opinion, the worst flavors that G Fuel have. As I said, we were going to start with the really bad flavors. We're going to move into bad. These ones will get a slightly better review, but for now, we're going to leave the really bad category there. In the bad category, these are in no particular order. They used to be, but I just kind of got tired of ranking the 40th flavor that I tried. There was not really much point because I don't drink it that much. So these flavors, no particular order. In the bad category, we're going to start with Sour Phase Berry and Sour Cherry. Two sour flavors. I'm not a huge fan of the sour flavors. There is one or two that I really like, but for these ones, I've never been a big fan of them. Pink Lemonade and Twisted Candy are also going to be in here. Kind of fruity, kind of sweet flavors, but in my opinion, they're the older G Fuel flavors. They came out a long time ago, way before I started drinking G Fuel, and to me, the flavors that are quite old, they're not as strong, they're not as punchy anymore, so they're going to be in, they're definitely not horrible, they're not really bad, but for me, they aren't in the good category, so we're going to have these sitting in the bad category for the now. Also joining them is going to be Bobby Boysenberry, Sour Blue Chug Rug, and also Snow Cone. I used to rate Snow Cone a little bit higher than this. Over the last couple of, like maybe 6 months, since my last ranking video anyway, I've basically completely stopped drinking it. Sour Blue Chug Rug, as I said, sour flavor, not the biggest fan of. And then Bobby Boysenberry, when it first came out, I actually quite liked it. I liked the blackcurrant flavor that came with it, but for some reason, over time, I just stopped drinking it. It kind of plummeted down the ranking for me, and I haven't had one of these in a long time. Also, in this category, we've got Bubblegum, Guava, and Nemesis Tea. So Bubblegum, I haven't made the review video on yet. I have tried it. I've tried a little sip of it, so I feel like I'm kind of being unfair with this flavor. Same with Guava. I made the Guava review a couple of years ago when I first started drinking G Fuel. The smell really put me off. As far as I can remember, the taste wasn't actually that bad. I don't think I want to put it in the good category, so we're going to stick it here. Bubblegum, I want to make the review of. I'm going to do it. I have the sample eventually. I'm going to plan it in. And then Nemesis Tea, for me, as I said, it's one of the older G Fuel flavors. It just doesn't have that punchiness, that sweetness, or the tartness that you get in a lot of the newer flavors, so we're going to stick that in there as well. And rounding off the category, we've got the US only flavors, the Mortal Kombat, Scorpion Sting, Ice Shatter, there's two more, where are they? Party Punch, I know that might be kind of controversial, and Blue Ice, again, another older flavor. The two Mortal Kombat flavors, they're US only, I managed to get my hands on them. Definitely Scorpion Sting isn't good. The mango flavor that's in it's really nice, but if you like the mango flavor that's in that, you're as well just drinking Wampa fruit. It's pretty much identical. The sting that's in Scorpion Sting really puts me off drinking it. Ice Shatter is okay if you like kind of White Monster. If you've come from the kind of canned energy drinks and you want to get into G Fuel, Ice Shatter is actually a very good route to go. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. Blue Ice, again, as I said, it's one of these older G Fuel flavors, so like Twisted Candy, Pink Lemonade, Sour Cherry, it's Sour Chug Rug, it's like the older generation where the flavors weren't as strong, they didn't really make them that bold. And then Party Punch is quite a new flavor that came out maybe a month, 6 weeks ago. I managed to get my hands on a sample, I'd done the review, I gave it quite a good review because honestly when I read that it was a cereal flavor, I didn't think that it was going to be that good. It surprised me being better than I thought it was going to be. I gave it a good review, but the more I thought about it when I was ranking all these flavors, I just kind of thought it isn't a good flavor. It's definitely not really bad, so we're going to put it in here. And that is our bad category. I hate giving G Fuel's bad reviews. I really don't like the start of these videos when I make them because it makes me sound like I'm kind of shitting on the G Fuel flavors that I don't like. This is just my opinion. We've got all of these flavors left here, which are going to go in good, really good, and God tier. I'm going to start being really nice now because the flavors that are coming up are actually very, very good. First up in the good category, we've got Phase X, we have Lemonade, where is it? We have, I think this is Maiden's Blood. I kind of got confused when I was looking down here. I think that's Maiden's Blood, but it's the reskin tub that I don't have, so we're going to call this Maiden's Blood. And also Yuzu Slash, I'm going to put it there beside Lemonade because it's essentially the same flavor. So they vaulted Lemonade a long time ago. I really like the Lemonade flavor. They brought out Yuzu Slash. To me, it's pretty much identical. There is a slight taste. It's not as taste difference. It's not as tart. So I really like those two flavors. Maiden's Blood, I didn't want to put in the bad category because I rewatched my review. I actually quite liked it. It was watermelon based. Yes, there was a little bit of lychee in there, which I wasn't a huge fan of. It wasn't that strong, so we're going to put it in the good category. And then for me, Phase X is slightly better than Ice Shatter. They're both very similar. I don't think Phase X is a bad flavor, and I don't think Ice Shatter is a good flavor, so we're going to keep these two separate. Again, if you want to get into G Fuel from the kind of canned energy drinks like Monster, I believe White Monster is very similar to Ice Shatter and Phase X. Phase X is a good choice. Continuing on, we have Sonic Peach Rings, Pixel Potion, and where's the next one? Dub Melon Mint. So I believe Pixel Potion might have been vaulted. Dub Melon Mint has definitely been vaulted. There's a lot of people want it to come back. Sonic Peach Rings, peach based flavor. Not the biggest fan of peach, same with strawberry. I'm not the biggest fan of the peach flavor, but it was very nice when I tried it. It definitely wasn't a bad flavor. We're putting it in the kind of bottom of the good level. Pixel Potion is one of the sour flavors that I actually quite like. I don't drink it all that often, but it is quite good. And then Dub Melon Mint is very similar to Watermelon. Watermelon is a lot higher up, but Dub Melon Mint I put in good because, I mean, it's vaulted. You can't buy it as far as I know. I think you might be able to get it through Amazon or maybe some of the European resellers. I'm not too sure. But Dub Melon Mint I actually quite liked. It has that kind of mintiness in the background, which for me, I prefer just basic plain watermelon, so that is why Dub Melon Mint is in good. Another sour flavor that we have is Red Ooze. I'm gonna put Orange Cranthony in here as well, and we've also got Mega Potion. Mega Potion, again, kind of similar to Wampa Fruit, a little bit weaker. It's not as good as Wampa Fruit. Wampa Fruit is going to be in the really good section, so we've got Mega Potion down here. The Red Ooze is the sour version of Black Ooze. I much prefer the Black Ooze flavor. The Red Ooze, it isn't actually that bad. As far as sour flavors go, I'm, again, not the biggest fan of them, but the Red Ooze one's pretty nice. And then Orange Cranthony is, for me, essentially Stonks, which is blood orange, mixed with PewDiePie. I gave it a good review. I've tried it a couple of times since I made the review, and it's not as good as how I kind of first described it in the video. It's a combination of two of my favorite flavors. I thought it would work out really well, and it is definitely not bad. It's definitely not worthy of going in the bad category, but for me, it's just not in the top 20. It's not really good. The next few that we have are Bahama Mama, we have Cherry Limeade, and we've also got, where is it, Orange Vibe, there it is. These flavors, I really like them. So in Bahama Mama, it's very summery. For some reason, I only drink this in the summer. It's just this weird thing. For me, it's such a summery flavor. It reminds me of being on holiday. I don't really drink it any other time apart from the summer. It's really weird. I don't know why. Cherry Limeade is a flavor where I didn't order the tub. My brother did. I stole his tub for the review, and it's actually very nice. I don't know if you can still buy this. They brought it back as a kind of reskin type thing. They brought it back for a little bit. It was very popular. It is very nice if you haven't tried it. Kind of similar to Clickbait, which I think Clickbait is also, it is. Clickbait, I'm going to drag that up because they're very similar. They're both cherry based. This one has cherry with limeade. Clickbait is cherry with pomegranate, but the pomegranate isn't that strong. And then in here we also have Orange Vibe. I know that a lot of people would probably be thinking that this would be in the really good category, but for me, I prefer Stonks. I prefer the blood orange. It's a lot stronger. It's a lot sweeter. Orange Vibe is definitely a good flavor, but it just missed out on my top 20. Rounding off the good category, we have Classified and then Pink Drip, because it's essentially the same flavor. And we've also got, where is it, Shiny Splash, another lemonade flavor. Lemonade mixed with blueberry, very nice. It just missed out. I think this used to be in my top 20. This just missed out on being in there. And then for me, Classified and Pink Drip. Classified is now known as the Free Guy flavor. It was classified for just under a year. They released it with the Free Guy movie. So Classified's been renamed to Free Guy. We also have Pink Drip, which is kind of like a pink Starburst type flavor. For me, they're identical. I kind of switch between the two because I want the tubs to go down at the same level. For me, almost identical. They're not really worth ranking differently. There's another set of flavors that are coming up, which I have the same opinion on. Again, just missed out in the top 20. These flavors here could have been in the top 20, but I've tried that many that there's just some of these that are better. Overall, the good category, amazing flavors. I love all of them. Some of them are vaulted. Some of them I don't have a tub of because they're very similar to maybe flavors which are in the top 20, which it's not really worth buying two of the same tub, like I said with Orange Cranthony. To start us off with the really good category, my top 20, we have Black Ooze, and we also have, I'm going to club it together because they're kind of similar, Tetris. For me, Tetris is a little bit sweeter. Black Ooze is definitely more cherry based. It's a black cherry flavor. For me, Tetris doesn't taste a whole lot different. It's very similar flavor profile. It's just a little bit sweeter. So I put these two together. Fantastic flavors. I think Black Ooze is maybe US only. So I'm quite lucky I managed to get my hands on it. If you're in the US, definitely pick it up. If you're in Europe, maybe the embargo on it will lift after a year, just like it did with Sonic Peach Rings. We might see that happening. So those are, we're now ranking them in terms of placing. So Black Ooze is 20, Tetris is 19. In 18th, 17th, and 16th, we have Grape, which I love. It was one of my first flavors. We have Green Apple, and we also have Sour Green Apple. So, Grape was the first tub that I ever bought. I bought it with Blue Ice. As you can see, I'm not really the biggest fan of Blue Ice anymore, but Grape I still love. It's renamed Galaxy Grape. I kind of thought that they'd have the new tub color or the new tub design here. I absolutely love Grape. It's kind of fallen down the ranking a little bit as more flavors have came out. I've preferred them, but Grape is an absolute staple. I love it. For these two, I'm just about to finish my first tub of Green Apple, and this Sour Green Apple came out St. Patrick's Day, the beginning of this year. Or technically last year by the time this video goes up. It came out for St. Patrick's Day. We've got the St. Patrick's design on it. It's now just Sour Green Apple. And for me, this is actually one of the flavors, or the only flavor, where I actually prefer the sour version. It's not overpowered by the sourness. For this, it's very sweet. For some reason, I prefer the sourness in Green Apple. So we have 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, and 16th. In 15th, 14th, and 13th, we have Summit 1G, brand new flavor, the most recent review on my channel. We have Starfruit, and we also have Wampa Fruit. Now, I always put Wampa Fruit and Starfruit beside each other. In the last two ranking videos, I've always rated Starfruit better than Wampa. In my opinion now, I prefer Wampa. Summit 1G, man, this flavor just came out. I absolutely love it. I was almost going to put it a little bit higher, but then when I looked at the flavors that are in my top 10, it's definitely not top 10 worthy for me, but it is definitely worthy of being in the top 15. I absolutely love this flavor. It's very similar to, where is it, Orange Vibe, wherever Orange Vibe is, there it is. It's very similar to Orange Vibe. It's a raspberry version of it, but for me, it's just that little bit stronger. Orange Vibe for me is a little bit too creamy. Summit 1G is just that little bit stronger. There's just that little bit less cream in it. I kind of hope that G Fuel bring out a raspberry only flavor. We have Hype Sauce. We now have Summit 1G. There's probably another raspberry flavor that I'm forgetting, but those flavors are raspberry based, but they're not raspberry on their own. They have something else mixed with them. So I kind of hope that G Fuel bring out raspberry on its own. It'd be a really nice flavor. But for now, we've got Summit in 15th, we have Starfruit in 14th, and we have Wampa Fruit in 13th. I absolutely love Wampa Fruit. It's kind of climbed back up my ranking ever so slightly since the last video. They just reskinned it. I'm heartbroken because I have this tub, which I just opened a brand new one. So this is full, and I want to get the new skin. So I might order it. I might not. We'll need to see. In 12th and 11th place. 12th, we have Rainbow Sherbet, and 11th, just falling out of the top 10. This used to be in my top 10, Phaseberry. Now, these two were two of the first flavors I ever tried. I got the starter pack, and I'm pretty sure Rainbow Sherbet definitely was. I'm pretty sure Phaseberry was in there. I absolutely love Rainbow Sherbet, but for me, it's, as I said about some of the flavors down here, it's one of the older G Fuel flavors. It's one of the older G Fuel flavors, which is kind of holding on to its strength. Same with Phaseberry. But for me, I just think that, you know, these used to be top 10. There's more flavors that have come out in the last year or so. Yeah, it was. They were last year, that have knocked these two out of the top 10. These were top 10 contenders that have been knocked out, and they've been replaced with flavors. I mean, look at this. Most of this, well, not all of it. Some of this is 2000, or some of these are 2021 flavors, but these are my top 20, or technically 11th to 20th. But fantastic flavors. I have them all the time. I rotate them. When my Green Apple tub runs out, I'm not gonna restock it. I'm gonna just keep going with Sour Green Apple, but these will probably always be grouped together because they are very similar. Same with these two. I can't see Starfruit and Wampa Fruit ever being separated that much because they are very similar flavors. And finally, for the top 10, the absolute god tier of G Fuel flavors. I've been watching some other ranking videos. A lot of people kind of agree with me on what I have in here. There's some which some people might not agree with, but for the most part, I don't think these are bad picks. I think they're pretty good. Definitely for me, they're my absolute favorite flavors since my top 10 video a couple of months ago. I think this has maybe changed. I'm just looking here. There has been one change. One flavor has managed to crack into the top 10, and it's the one that knocked Phaseberry out. We're going to start with that one, and that is Phase 51. Now, when they announced this flavor, it was part of the Phase competition. I knew that this was going to be a really good flavor because it was melon based. They don't have any other melon based flavor in the lineup right now, so I had a lot of faith in this because it's a completely new flavor profile, if you want to call it that. I had high hopes for it. When it first came out, when I first tried the review, I really liked it, and ever since I'd done the review, I've just kept drinking it. I absolutely love it. In the next couple of months, we might see it drop into the top 20, who knows, but for now, this has knocked Phaseberry out of top 10. This is my 10th most favorite flavor, and in 9th, I think this is a stronghold. I don't think this has moved since my top 10 video, and that is watermelon. I had a watermelon the other day. I absolutely love it. There are so many flavors in here which are based off of watermelon. This is the OG. It's one of the, I think it was the third, I want to say the third flavour to ever come out for G Fuel. I've not been drinking that long where I remember this being released, but I'm pretty sure this was one of their first flavours, and it is absolutely incredible. It's that good. They based so many flavours in here off of it, and actually there are 2 flavours in my top 10 which are better than watermelon, which are based on watermelon. So absolutely god tier flavour. If you've not tried it, I don't know how. I'm pretty sure there's a sample of these in all of the starter packs. In 8th, I think this is also a stronghold. We're not going to see a whole lot of movement here, and that's hype sauce. Absolutely amazing flavour. I kind of thought that this would drop down because when I first bought it, everyone was raving about it. When I wanted to pick this up, it was out of stock. It had been out of stock for months. People were going on and on about it, and I kind of thought I have to pick this up. And when I bought it, that's when I started seeing on social media, Twitter mostly, saying that this is overrated. And I've been waiting for 2 years for this flavour to drop out my top 10, and it just won't. It is an absolute stronghold, 8th place, and it would take an absolute god flavour, an absolute godly flavour to kick any of these out. In 7th place, also a flavour released in 2021, and that is Hive Nectar. Now, I'm going to be honest, if any flavour is going to move out of my top 10 between now and June, which is the next time I do my ranking, it's probably going to be Hive Nectar. But if it does, it might just move down 1 spot, and it will probably only move Phase 51 into 11th place. But for now, Hive Nectar, I remember when I bought this, I was so worried because the rumour was that it was going to be based on peach. As you know, I'm not a big fan of the peach flavours. It is not. It's, for me, the best way to describe it, it's quite strong with orange, and it's kind of has a little bit of lemonade in there. That's the kind of mix that I get. I think the official flavor profile is something like nectarine something. I don't know. If you want to be realistic about it, I think this is pretty much orange with a hint of lemonade. In 6th place, the design on this is actually wrong, and that is blood orange. Now, when I was working this out, I actually miscounted it because I thought I hadn't tried this. I forget that this is now called Stonks. So if you're looking at this at the end of the video, this is Stonks. I mean, blood orange and Stonks are the exact same thing. I kind of hope that they reskin this to be like this. I like this design. They might change it up a little bit because for me it's too similar to the grapefruit one. But Stonks, that's where is it in my tablets? This one here. This, I have been, when they vaulted this right at the start of me drinking G Fuel, I was heartbroken because I love blood orange flavored things. I love orange candies. I love blood orange. And they vaulted this right at the start, and I remember seeing it. I didn't realize that they sold the blood orange one, and I was gutted. So, and that was like May 2019. So since then, I have been praying for this to come back. And when they re-released it under the name Stonks, oh my god, I was on the website refreshing, waiting for it to come out. I didn't want to miss it, and I absolutely love it. My one complaint is I don't like the tub design, but it's such a stupid complaint because it doesn't matter what the tub looks like. But I really hope that they redesign it to look like this. So in 6th place, we have Stonks. In 5th place is a flavour which is playing with my heartstrings, Fruit Punch. I am absolutely clinging, where's my tub? Fruit Punch, down here. I am absolutely clinging on to the last couple of samples that I have of this. That tub is running so low. They vaulted it, as far as I know. They used to make official vaulting announcements. This never ever got one, but it has been out of stock on the website for well over a year. It's probably not going to come back because as far as I know, they call the juice Fruit Punch now, even though it's mixed with watermelon and other things. So I think for now, the Fruit Punch that we're going to have to sit with is going to be the juice. Definitely not a bad flavour to be stuck with, but I really like the taste of Fruit Punch. I've been sorely tempted to order it and just pay the overpriced fees to get it from the US Amazon, or to get one of my American friends to ship it out to me, because I love it that much. I could really do with another tub of this. It would probably last me about a year. And that is, if you want to call this is now the top 5. We're now in my top 5 flavours, and in 4th place, which has moved, actually. I kind of moved this one, and that is Brain Drive. I'm pretty sure this was in 3rd place because it's very similar to the juice. We're going to move this into 4th because I've been drinking one of these flavours a little bit more recently. Brain Drive, absolutely fantastic flavour. It is pineapple, citrus, and I want to say, I think, is that a, I don't think that's a melon. The flavour profile in this, to me, is almost identical to the juice. I have a lot of people coming to my stream that tell me I'm wrong, that say it doesn't taste anything like the juice. I have got multiple people that I know in real life to try both of them, and they say that they're identical. So for me, I would put this up there with the juice, but because I've been drinking another flavor or a couple of flavors a little bit more often, we're going to put Brain Drive down in 4th, so it has dropped 1 place, I believe, and it has been overtaken by Raging Gummy Fish in 3rd place. One of their oldest flavors, FaZe Jev's flavor. I absolutely love this. It's so, which is weird for me because it's so light. It's such a light flavor, but I think it's the candiness. I think it's the flavor of the candy, the actual Swedish fish, which has kept me drinking this for so long. I had one this morning on the way to the gym. I absolutely love it. I can never ever see this dropping out of my top 10. They would need to come out with at least what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 absolute banger flavors in a row in 1 year for this to drop out my top 10. If you haven't tried it, I don't think that they put this in the sample packs, which for me seems really weird because it's such a good flavor. This is, I think, the lowest I've ever seen Raging Gummy Fish is in good. I've never heard anyone say that this is a bad flavor, and I talk to a lot of people about GFUEL. So if you haven't tried Raging Gummy Fish, get your hands on a sample. 2nd place, these two absolute strongholds. We're going to put both up at the same time, and that is going to be PewDiePie in 2nd place, and the juice is still my #1 flavor. Nothing at the minute is knocking this flavor out. It is incredible. PewDiePie cranberry mixed, or I think it's just cranberry on its own, or it's not technically cranberry, it's lingonberry, which is the Swedish cranberry. PewDiePie is obviously Swedish, but for me this flavor is like the perfect balance of sweet with the lingonberry and tart. It's like, I don't even know if lingonberry is like a tart fruit, but the mix that they have in this GFUEL for me is just perfect. I love it. It was my #1 rated flavor until the juice came out. This came out in 2021. If I'd made a best flavors released in 2021, this would have instantly been at #1. It's watermelon mixed with pineapple, mixed with orange, mixed with lemon, mixed with, I think there's maybe cherry or something. There's another fruit in there. This is what they're calling the new fruit punch, and for me, if they do actually say, you know what, we're going to stick with the juice, we're going to leave fruit punch, it's not going to come back, I wouldn't be that heartbroken if I had to stick with the juice forever. I am going through this at the rate of knots. It's the quickest I've ever drank 1 tub. That's how I know that this is my #1 flavor. I am on my second, I'm on my second tub of this, and it is the quickest I've ever drank 1 tub or worked through 1 tub, and that's how I know. If you haven't tried this, unfortunately they don't do samples of it. I don't know why, because everyone that I speak to says that this is an absolute god tier flavor. I'm trying to think of other ranking videos that I've watched to see where it might have been. I don't think it's been any lower than really good, or if they've been doing it as numbers, I don't think it's been any lower than the A tier. It is amazing, and I wish that more people could try it by GFUEL putting it in sample packs. I kind of hope that one day this is going to get its own can. There's been a lot of other GFUEL flavors which have had a can, which in my opinion don't deserve it ahead of the juice. They need to make this a can. It would taste so good. And that's kind of it. That is my ranking. So I'm gonna leave it nice. The camera isn't really kind of encroaching too much here. I'm gonna leave this up here. If you want to screenshot it, if you want to look at it, go ahead. This is where GFUEL is for me at the minute. This is starting 2022. We've got a couple of flavors lined up this year. I know that I want to say, is it Danuk D or Danu CD? I never know how to pronounce her username. I used to watch her a couple of years ago back in the PUBG days. She has her flavor due out on the 5th. I'm not sure when this video is gonna go up. I'm kind of hoping for Sunday the 2nd. I don't know when I'm gonna get it up. So if this is Sunday, if this is went up on Sunday, on Wednesday that flavor is gonna come out, and it is the first flavor of 2022. So here's hoping that GFUEL have an absolute banger of a year again with amazing flavors. Hopefully in the next ranking that I do in June, we're gonna have maybe a little bit of movement in the top 10, top 20, who knows. There's been a lot of movement in the good tier. A lot of flavors got knocked out the top 20 by flavors that came out this year, you know, Summit, Black Ooze, Tetris, and then stuff that kind of got knocked out the top 10 by Hive Nectar or by Phase 51. It's just been a fantastic year for GFUEL, and hopefully they can carry it on. So that is us. That's the ranking video. If you made it this far through the video, congratulations. Thank you very much for watching. As I said, if you want to screenshot it, feel free. If you want to message me, if you want to talk about any of this, message me on Discord. The link to my Discord is down in the description. I answer all my DMs, so if you want to talk about GFUEL, I've had loads of people come from the YouTube videos and message me on Discord, and we've had great conversations about GFUEL. If you want to do that, definitely join my Discord. If you want to watch me play games live, give my Twitch a follow. I just had new sub badges made, so there's a load of sub badges for people to work through, and I just done a giveaway. By the time this video goes up, the giveaway was a couple of days ago, but if If you want to win some free G Fuel when they do their buy one get one free sale, I give away a tub on the stream. We usually do it a fun way. We'll do marbles on stream or something cool like that. And I also give out starter packs randomly throughout the year, just whenever I feel like it. So make sure that you follow me on Twitch if you want to be entered into the giveaways. And if you want to keep up to date on everything I'm doing, give me a follow on Twitter. The links for all of those are down in the description. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel for the next review coming out, which is probably going to be the Dano CD flavor. We'll see. Thank you once again for watching. Take it easy. Thank you for all the support in 2021, and I hope you have a fantastic 2022. I'll see you in the next video.